start these off time later. Mr. Ashley.
Since I got off at 5, I even admitted a patient to the hospital meeting here on time.
Good job.
We run the gym, so that's pretty good.
All right, this meeting is called to order, noting that the time, date, and place of said regular meeting was filed with the county clerk prior to December 15th of the previous year, and that the agenda of said regular meeting was posted 24 hours prior to the said meeting, excluding Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays. Jeremy?
Here.
Chad?
Here.
Doc?
Here.
Here. Item number 2 will be the consent agenda. The following items which concern reports and items of a routine nature normally approved at board meetings will be approved by one vote unless a board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. Consent agenda consists of discussion, consideration, approval of the following items. Those are 2A through 2H. Any discussion on any of those items?
I don't have anything new.
No, sir.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Chad?
Yes.
Doc?
Yes.
Yes. Item number 3 will be principal's report.
Go first, if you guys don't care, and I'm gonna go back to the game over
I am
there.
okay with it.
Okay, so I did add some stuff that was not on here from when I sent it to you before. We had some vocal students who are moving on to the second round. That's what I had down. They actually are all-staters, okay? So Reese Gooden, Bain Reed, Jason King, they made OK MEA All-State. That's a big deal. Very proud of them. And we have some freshmen who are still qualified. They're counted as junior high. They still have that going on this week, so we're wishing them luck as well. The Drama Club that night at the Wax Museum did a great job with it. Our whole school went over and watched it. Mr. Sapp, I know you guys know this because y'all had to approve some things on our just expanding the program, getting outside, doing the hunter's education, things like that. I think that's a huge deal. I think it's going to get more kids to go into ag. It's awesome. And then all the archery things that they have out there, it's a heck of a deal. So that's exciting. For me as well. High school girls basketball, they're starting the scrimmage. They have one tomorrow. They've been showing some success. Proud of them and all the hard work they're putting in and the coaches. Junior high basketball is playing right now. 7th grade had a tournament last week. Wrestling's up and going. They went to a tournament last weekend. Lot of wins. Had a lot of wins. The wrestling program is growing tremendously. Coach Bates is doing a great job with that. So that's exciting as well. A big one, academic team is regional champions. So didn't have that on the list whenever I sent this to you. And we've also had 7 students who were qualified for state at the Scholastic contest. So awesome. Ms. Rogers does a great job. Those kids put in a lot of work on their own during encore time and then after school, and it's paying off. I also had Ms. Whaley was telling me earlier today about some kids in the ACT prep class who had their initial ACT score it jumped like 8 points, like from what they had on their little baseline test and then the last one that they evaluated with. So the kids are working really hard in every aspect of everything, all of the extracurriculars and the academic side of things. Super proud of them. I know some of you were at the Veterans Day program that we had. Ms. Finnerty, great job with that. You did an amazing job organizing all of that. We had a lot of very complimentary people. If you guys were around or if you've talked to them, it was awesome. It was great. Parent-teacher conferences were good. Had a lot of people show up. Had a lot of teachers who had over 20 signatures or 20 people, 30 people that came to talk to their child teacher in every class. So that is how we're successful, is because parental involvement. Anytime you can get the parents up here and they play a role in their academics, then it's going to be successful for sure. Numbers are up for our attendance as well. I've figured out through PowerSchool now there's a way that I can click on at risk, and I didn't know this last year, but so we're kind of learning some bells and whistles on some of that stuff. I don't know if you guys know this or not too, but it's over on the far left side. There's an at risk button. I can click it and it pulls up every kid that we have. So I search everybody and I can go through and it gives me a minimum, and I can go like a minimum of a 70 grade wise, or I can go like a minimum of 5 for absences, and it pops up red. You know, and I'm scrolling through all 245 kids, and I can see, okay, red is over here, you know, attendance is a problem with this one. And then I can kind of be proactive and talk to the parents, give them a call, you know, things like that, and then we can kind of get ahead of that so we can make sure kids are going to get their credits, and obviously if they're here, their grades are going to be better. So it's funny how that works. Eligibility right now is actually the same as what it was before. 5 kids are on it. That's a pretty good deal. Sophomores are going to go to Southern Tech on Wednesday. I'm going to take them down there. Miss Morgan's going to go with me, and that's where they've already done their interest inventory. And they will take them, we'll drop them off, and they'll go through 3 spots normally. So they'll get their tours for 3 different programs and see, you know, if that's something that they want to look into in the future, and we really promote that. We're excited about Southern Tech and all that they do. Football is preparing for the second round of the playoffs. We're heading to Jones Friday. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff. We're excited about that as well. We have a great shot. We're pumped today. Could have been the best practice we've had all year. So really excited. The kids are, they're you know, they're pumped, confident. Glow-in-the-dark pep rally is going to be Thursday night in the old gym. It's going to be a throwback, 6:30. In the old gym at 6:30, glow-in-the-dark. We have another home junior high basketball game that night, so that's kind of one of the reasons for that.
Thank you,
That
Rich.
is, thank you guys for all that you do. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of good stuff too.
Thank you, sir.
Very good.
Now go to the game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And they were both ahead. Our girls, 7th grade girls won, and boys were ahead. So,
That's exactly right now. Yes.
so we're excited about that. We were both over there. Winning is a habit, so that sounds good. I'd like to just say ditto. So much of mine and Mr. Owen's stuff overlaps, but our academic team finished off their season. Miss Manera was the first year that she did that. Finished really well. We hosted the last 2 competitions, and I had the privilege of getting to be the moderator, and woo, our kids are smart is all I'm going to say. Some of those words were super difficult, and they just did a great job. Red Ribbon Week was celebrated with themed dress-up days. Miss Heffley did a great job with our Builders Club of coming up with that. It was a great way to remind students to always be drug-free, and the tie-in to each day's theme was really good for our kiddos, and they had a great time. I will echo what he said. Parent-teacher conferences were a huge success. Every night we had parents still there at 7. I was like, thank you for coming. It's time to go home now. But all of our teachers did a great job of communicating, and I said the same thing on mine. It takes a village, and we have some of the best. The parents did a really good job of coming up and collaborating with our teachers, and that's what makes us so successful. The middle school, high school drama class presented the night at the Wax Museum for our students. Mrs. Gray does a great job with that. They also did a light show for our Veterans Day. I don't know if you guys were there or not, but it was phenomenal. It was kind of different and unique, and let some of our kids shine that aren't necessarily involved in athletics. So Miss Gray's been doing a great job with that. Our vocal also performs. Trey said thank you to me, but it was really a cooperative effort between all of us. Everybody pitched in between the band, the vocal, the drama club. Mr. Owens did that, and we had our leadership class in BPA serving our veterans. That morning, we had 54 veterans in the house for breakfast. So it was a huge turnout and a great success. Our junior high football boys finished up with undefeated season. Congratulations to both the coaches and players. Basketball kicked off with a 6th grade tournament at Plainview, and junior high in the Dixon tournament had lots of wins, lots of learning moments as well, and so they're learning procedures and getting that down. Wrestling has started, so fast and furious from football right into the next season. Our students of the month this month were, for 5th grade, was Kaylin Lee. Her parents are Amber and Casey Lee. She's a DKA 5th grade cheer. She plays softball and basketball, and her goals for the year was to get straight A's. So super sweet kiddo, and just always with a smile on her face. Alexis Romo was our 6th grade student of the month. Katie and Elle Romo are her parents. She participates in softball, slow pitch, and basketball. Her personal activities and hobbies is softball, so sometimes you live, eat, and breathe that sport for sure. Her goals for this year was very specific, just to pass science. So I don't know if that's something that she struggles in. I'll have to have that talk with Alexis. I don't know. Holden Dixon Phillips was our 7th grader. Trey and Galen Phillips are his parents. He participates in football, baseball, and synergy. Well-rounded kiddo, just super nice, always with a smile on his face. He loves to watch football, play backyard ball, sing karaoke with his dad, which I thought was pretty cool, and to hang out with his friends. His goals for this year is to continue to get straight A's and have the highest average in every class, to win awards at the awards assembly, and just to give his best effort. You can't ask for more than that from a kiddo. Adrienne South is our 8th grader. Her parents are Jessica and Erin South. She participates in synergy throwing, and she wants to try out for cheer next year. So she enjoys baking, drawing, and shopping. Me too, Adrienne, me too. Goals for this year is getting better at spelling and reading. Mrs. Ingram teaches 7th and 8th grade English for us. She was our teacher of the month, and she said that her personal hobbies, she enjoys hosting get-togethers with friends and family, reading, serving at Pathway Church, and traveling. And the best thing about being a Davis Wolf is the community, and I will echo that sentiment. Davis is a very welcoming and kind place, and she loves living and working here. So we are blessed to have such great students and great staff and faculty, and just appreciate all that you guys do. Thank you. If it's okay, I'm going to head back and watch our kids play. So, guys, have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I kind of try to look, I feel like I overlap a lot of times, so I think I mentioned the conferences last time, but ours was also successful. But at the elementary, we schedule ours, so it's a little different than theirs, but we always have great turnout, so that was successful for us also at the elementary. But I didn't mention in my last one, I didn't know that this was happening at the time. The K-Kids is the Kiwanis. Corey Foster does that for our elementary every year. Appreciate her, but they did what they called, they booed the residents, which they took, they do community service projects throughout the community, but they really do a lot of service projects with with Burford Manor. And anyway, they took treats over there to them and took pictures and just visited with the residents for October. So that's one thing that they did after. I didn't realize they were doing that. So we appreciate them, and it's just good for our kiddos to see that. And the residents just love that. So appreciate her and those kiddos, and they already have something planned for November. They'll go take things to that Burford also. So, and I think they even had some things planned for the Veterans Center. So just great lessons for our kiddos. The kindergarten celebrated 50 days of school. Of course, they celebrated with hot dogs and the leather jackets and the poodle skirts. It's the 50th day. So they had a whole lot of fun that day. Our Rise and Shine was on the 6th. Mrs. Foster's 4th grade class led that, and we recognized our October Student of the Month, which is the Alpha Award winners. Each class had one of the Student of the Month. Then Miss Lampkin was our October Staff Member of the Month, and she teaches 3rd grade, so appreciate her and all that she does. And they, of course, they were recognized, and they also get the token to get a book from the book machine. So the kids are really very, very excited about that. That's a really big thing. So, and that's being used, and the teachers, I gave them so many coins because I'm trying to figure out how to use it, actually to keep it stocked too, because that's going to be a process too, because it holds 250 books. It's not fully stocked, so trying to figure out a balance of keeping that stocked and also not making it so that it's just we use it randomly. It needs to be something special. So I did give the teachers like tokens, so to use as they, instead of making it like you need to give the token only for this, the teachers can use it as they need to. So we have kids, and we try to take pictures of them when they come down there, because it's a really big thing for those kids, and they're brand new books, and some of them never get those. So anyway, it's just very, very exciting. So I think we're learning with that, and plan on doing maybe some book drives for the community and seeing, if we can keep it stocked, because that's going to be the next thing that we try to figure out. So, but still, it's very exciting to have that. I've started an attendance thing, and I kind of did this last year with we call it Attendance Heroes, and hero means here, every day, ready, on time, just to try to focus on. Because we have kiddos, some mornings that just don't want to come, or they say their tummy's hurting or their head's hurting, and we understand kiddos are sick. We do. But the importance of the kids being here for instructional time is very important, so that when they are truly sick, they can stay home and the parents are having to worry about that. And we do understand that. But trying to figure out a way to get them here, and the tardies are hard too, because it does count against them. And I see the difference, because I think that the middle school, it's weird to see the kids that get there on time in middle school that were always late in elementary. And I think the thing is that test, they know, or I don't know if it's they have to be there on time and they know they don't have to take that test. I think that the attendance counts. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, that kid was late every day last year, how do I do this? So this year I started the hero thing, here, every day, ready, on time, and started pulling in perfect attendance, with the kids understanding, you need to be here if you can be here. We understand that you're sick. So we started it this 9 weeks. I didn't really tell the kids I was really looking at attendance. We kind of talked to them about the importance of being here, being on time, and as a class, they earn a letter for every day that everyone is there, everyone is on time. They spell the word attendance, and then their class gets an incentive. And the incentive, I think it's like, there's 3 levels: silver, bronze, gold. I don't even remember. There are 3. Anyway, the first time they spell attendance, I think the pre-K through 2nd gets a cookie party, and 2nd through 4th, they can buy the snack bar that day. And then the second time, I do a popcorn. They have to spell perfect attendance the second time, and then they get a popcorn party provided by me, and then a free recess. Anyway, then the third time it's something different. They have to spell perfect attendance again. Anyway, it doesn't hurt you for them, but they as a class can earn it. So it started bringing some of those kids, because they're like, you need to be here, for those kids walking. And I know that the kids can't drive the cars to school. We understand that. But it has helped some of those kids. And then I also, so the kids are working on that as a group. And we have some classes that are getting close to getting that. But I also pulled at the end our attendance, because I thought, I just want to see. We've really been trying to enforce the attendance. I thought, I'll pull the perfect attendance and tell them we're having a perfect attendance bash. So I had 82 pre-K through 4th graders who had perfect attendance for the first 9 weeks. I thought that was really good. I mean, really good. So they missed none. But then I thought, you have those kiddos also that may have been late one day, or maybe they were sick, because there was a virus going around, there was strep. So I wanted to reward those kids too. So they're also invited to a little attendance bash, because those kiddos also need to be recognized. And so we had a perfect attendance heroes, and I recognized all of them got a certificate, and we're going to have like a day outside where we play games. They're going to have a drink and chips, and just to reward them. And that's a big thing for these kiddos, because I just couldn't believe I had that many. I was like so excited. So anyway, we're going to do that for the second 9 weeks too. But the kiddos were really excited. They were like, what? And I'm like, you were here every day. What? They had no idea, some of them. But anyway, I think there's a way we can enforce the importance of attendance at the elementary too. So, because I thought these kiddos are getting there on time in middle school, that we can do better at the elementary too. So I think it's helping. So that's something we've been doing. The oratorical contest, I didn't count the number of elementary kids we had. I wish I was there that night, but elementary always represents well, and I think it. About 40 on that. Yeah, and it dwindles as we get older. I mean, as they get older, I know we hardly have any, which is it's sad, but that's just how it goes. So but the kids, they get up there. We had like 5 or 6 kindergartners to pre-K to kindergarten first, and then 2nd, 3rd, there were a lot. But and a few third, I think we had up to 6th or 7th grade. But very proud of those kids. And then Miss Kimbrough, she always does a wonderful job with that, so we appreciate her. So and of course the Veterans Celebration, they mentioned that, and we don't play a big part in it, but that's my favorite thing of the year is the veterans. It just really is. I just appreciate everybody's work, and then our community just comes out to support it, and just the part that our kids get to play in it, because I think it's just such an important lesson for them to be able to honor those, and for us to be able to talk to those kiddos about the lesson and the importance of that, even at the young age that they're at. So, but I appreciate that we get to be a part of it. Mrs. Tooley has organized an author visit, and we appreciate her for doing that for 30th of November. And it's actually a veterinarian that she's bringing in, and she's written a series of books just about certain animals and how she treats them. And so she's going to come and read to the elementary, and that's on the 30th of this month. And the kids will have an opportunity to buy those books. So that's kind of all the things that are going on at the elementary. But appreciate all you guys. And
I
everything you do.
appreciate it. I had a parent contact me after your Rise and Shine and report that attendance as well, and the numbers were
Yeah.
spot on, so
Yeah,
the public is seeing your effort as well.
okay, good. Well, I was shocked. I was like, wow, I couldn't
No,
believe.
he asked me, did I realize it, and I said,
Yeah.
no, I haven't seen that report
Yeah,
yet, but
I was excited myself, though. that-
no, that's great.
Yeah, I appreciate that, though.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Item number 4, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve wood shop equipment as surplus property.
I believe there's 4 items on there on that list, but it's some stuff that doesn't have safety guards and some old stuff that we don't use it's woodworking stuff, and we're metal, and like to get it out of there and free up some space, and told him he could auction it off if you guys do vote to surplus it, and it can go back into his activity account.
Is that, or how are you doing that, through an auction or a sealed
Sealed
bid?
bids, that's what I meant,
Okay.
yes, yeah.
A sealed bid?
Yes, yes,
where It'll be noted, published.
yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the wood shop equipment as surplus property.
Second.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Chad?
Yes.
Doc?
Yes.
Yes. Item number 5, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the 2024 board meeting dates.
And all the dates are good. Every one of them's on the second Monday of the month, and there aren't any conflicts with holidays except Columbus Day, but we always have our meeting on Columbus Day anyway.
Make a motion to accept. Second.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Chad?
Yes.
Doc?
Yes.
Yes. Item number 6, vote to convene in proposed executive session pursuant to OS Section 307B 2 and 3 and 70 OS Section 5-118 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss items 6A through 6C.
Make a motion.
Second.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Chad?
Yes.
Doc?
Yes.
Yes. You ready? I'm not ready. Okay, item number 7, acknowledge the board's return to open session. The Board of Education returned from executive session at 7:32. The board met in executive session to discuss items 6A through 6C as authorized by 25 OS Section 307B1, President in executive session, Board President, Vice President, Clerk, Member Chad Fielding, Superintendent Mark Mooring. No action was taken by the Board of Education. Item number 8, statement of minutes of executive session. There were no minutes taken. Item number 9, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the employment of the following for the 2023-2024 school year. That would be 9A, motion, or we'll just table that.
Yes.
Item number 10, recommend, discuss, and vote to approve or not approve the resignations of Chance Linville and Lynn Gibson.
Yes.
I make a motion to accept.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Chad? Yes. Doc?
Yes.
Yes. You had, the other ones we got in consent, is that right, Mark?
Subs, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes.
I'd seen the list there. My apologies. Item number 11 will be the superintendent's report.
I just have a few things. Today, I met with Keith Stewart from the Department of Public Safety, and he did a safety and security audit of our campus. I haven't got the report yet. It's part of, we're supposed to be able to do that, and we get a report on it, but we can also make us eligible to get a $50,000 grant. The grant already happened this school year. Not many school districts did it because the office that does it is woefully understaffed, so he's going around and doing these assessments for all the districts. He was talking to me about some of the parts of our district, which I'll share the report with you guys when he shows it to me, but, I mean, obviously the fencing is the #1 issue, but he goes around and looks at things like, gas meters, if there's a parking bollard in front of it or not. I mean, he looks at a lot of different little stuff also besides just the intruders and stuff like that, so I'm kind of excited and curious to see what his report's going to say. I mean, we know some of the things in our district that we need. He really liked, going in the buildings and seeing the bolo sticks and the numbers on the windows and different things in the key fobs and all that stuff. But he's going to give us a report on, what's next steps and stuff. Not along this grant, but we did get the $96,000. It's $92 now after they took $4,000 off to service the grant. But for safety and security measures, it's a reimbursable grant. We're waiting for our money to come in, our local tax dollars to come in over the break, or just over the Christmas break, and then I'm going to use some of that money. I'd like to use some of that money to strengthen and do fencing and stuff to improve all that $92,000 to help maybe improve some of the fencing around our playground and make access control, maybe even give some access control with gates and fobs also.
Reimbursable on that grant?
Yes, yeah, we've already been approved for the grant. We're just going to have to spend our money, and then we get it reimbursed back.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's exciting. Some of the things, I just want to reiterate what our principals were talking about today. It was kind of exciting what they talk about, not just Davis is known for having a lot of athletic success, but, our academic team won first place at regionals. Oratorical contest last week put on by the Kiwanis, and Miss Melanie Kimbrough always does a great job with that. We had several students who were vocal all states. We had a Veterans Day assembly. We want to teach our kids, that freedom isn't free, and we have it every year, and it's always an awesome deal. And we always try to bring back either a teacher that was a veteran or some alumni that was a veteran, so that make it more relatable to them, as well as a lot of our sports team success. And yeah, our football team is in the second round of the playoffs coming, and that's phenomenal. But we want to make well-rounded people here, and I think that we're really doing that. And I think that we have students that are in more than one activity. And that's important too, that they don't just specialize in things. I'd love to have a kid, I love it when I see that football player that's playing the tuba at halftime, and that may be in esports as well, and basketball or something like that. Just the more activities, the better, especially in a school our size. And our coaches and our teachers do an excellent job at sharing all these kids too, and making sure that we can work with it and give the kids the best experience they can, because when you're young and you specialize in one thing, you need to be able to broaden your horizons and know what you can and can't do and experiences. So we strive for that, and that is a norm for our people, that it is not something that we take lightly, that we want our kids to participate in everything they can possible. And then the esports day, we had 150 kids there. It was crazy. I was at a conference last week, the Gear Up conference, and what Gear Up is, and we will do a presentation on it later on, probably next semester, but Gear Up gets them introduced to college, whether or not they want to go to or not, and gets them on campus. And it'll pay for campus visits, it'll pay for people to come in. It's actually going to pay for an online tutoring program for all of our kids as well, if we want to use it or not. So there's some things there that I think would be handy. So right now, this grant, our 7th graders will get to go to a college campus. We already take our 8th graders to the Career Tech. Then our 9th graders will be back on a college campus. Then our 10th graders go back to the Career Tech. So we go college, Career Tech, and then by their 10th grade year, or by their 11th grade year, hopefully they've seen something at the Career Tech or something at a campus somewhere where maybe they want to do something like that. So I'm excited about the Gear Up grant. It's a 7-year grant that starts with this year's 6th and 7th graders and kind of follows them all the way through. And then the regents, there was a big press conference, I don't know, you guys may have saw it on the news, President Haraz from OU was there, a kickoff conference, but they'll follow all these kids, and then they'll tell, was our grant successful or not, and tracking these kids through college and everything else. So it's nice that our kids, our 6th and 7th, they can be a part of that, and they don't have to go to college, because we don't have to push college down every kid's throat. I always use this example of my own brother. He's a great guy, Norman Fire Department, worked there for 25 years, but he got a college degree that he never used. If he'd got a skill at a Career Tech, he could be making a lot extra money on the side as well. So that's all I have.
All right, very good, I appreciate it. Item number 12, new business.
I have none.
Item number 13, motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Doc?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody sign everything?
Jeremy's taking care of that.